ready to go though, as far as being owned and all that?
No, we have to wait till we get the other equipment. All that is doing is
What?
we have one piece of equipment in, the other two are on order.
Not me.
Probably be. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sure, yeah, that one rower's in, the skid steer and the back row should be here within a couple weeks. We've already ordered
Yeah, I already submitted that.
asphalt, delivery around March.
I did submit it. I did submit it. But I'll fill it out again. I got you. That wasn't me. I turned. That's all. Because I was on Ronnie. I was like, I gotta do this again. So don't. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh man.
Oh, you sound.
Dave, how are you, sir? I'm doing good.
Felt good all day.
Just tell me the size of it and
I think so. Do I need to move to the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do that.
they're not the orange ones though. But I do have an orange one if you want it.
That's okay.
They put in so many, they just.
All right, I have adult supervision in place. Ready? I call the meeting to order. Lori, would you please do a roll call?
Ms. Kane? Ms. Lee? Here. Mr. Ledniski?
Here.
Mr. Rivera?
Present.
Mr. Hirsch?
Here.
Mr. Bush?
Here.
And Mr. Wilson?
Here. Sort of here. No, we can. All right. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll move on to staff reports.
Mr. Wilson, one thing I would like to add to the staff reports is that our sewer department has advised us that we have a sewer line that is in the process of collapsing between, on Avenue H between Woodall and Powers. And we have reached out to 3 different companies, and we have, so far we've gotten one price back. It is for 920 lineal feet of 10-inch sewer line, and there will have to be one bore that goes underneath the concrete waterway. price that we're looking at is $150,107. And what we're looking at actually paying for that is in our 2013 sewer bond, we have a balance of $12,443.04. And the remainder of that we'll plan on taking out of the infrastructure fee that we've been collecting.
Collected on the water bill, correct?
Correct,
It's
that's
a $10
correct.
fee, okay.
So it's a little bit of emergency, we need to get something done.
Are the residents aware that there's a problem?
No, sir, I don't believe that they are at this time.
It hasn't caused any problems in
It
the
hasn't
residences
caused any
yet?
problems yet, but it's on the verge of it. And just so you know, we've had some issues, they've been running the jet rotor down through there, and we're washing out some pieces of clay sewer pipe along with mud. So that tells us that
Perforation.
some tiles and some clay has broke off, and we're starting to get dirt falling into it.
How long have we known about this, and how long have the bid requests been out?
Someone in the city's, not on the immediate staff, I think, has known about it for several years.
First you've heard about it?
First I've heard about it,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
First we've heard about it. was
When did the bid request go out?
Let's see, Andy, I think we reached out to him last week to get some bids. Yeah, we've gotten one bid back, and another contractor told us we'd have a bid this week.
Okay. What, in an emergency situation, do we have a timeline waiver or something? We only have 2 bids. So,
In an emergency situation, you can turn something around in less than 72 hours if it's emergency.
okay. And emergency would mean collapse.
If it collapses, you have
Okay.
emergency.
So we have to wait until it collapses.
We
You
don't
have to
want
wait
it
till
to collapse, let me
For
tell you.
emergency, I mean, you can move forward with the planning on getting it done.
Okay. You just gotta wait, okay, all right.
Yeah, we do not want this line to collapse.
Yeah. That would be a big inconvenience.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
thank
do
you.
we need to vote, or is this a,
Can't vote,
no,
there's
but I
nothing to
mean,
vote on.
but will we need to come back if, I mean,
We have the cash. I think we have the cash, correct?
okay,
I'm
but
sorry,
what is,
I'm assuming you'll be able to put it on the you can have a second meeting this month, if need be, to have this specifically dealt with. If need be.
Well, Dave, if we can get,
If you can get the stuff ready,
yeah, if we get it ready, yes. If we get another bid, yes.
Does the
We
council
need
have
to move
take
on pretty
action?
quick, I'm just gonna tell you that.
pardon?
We need to move on it quick.
Council's gonna need to approve.
Okay,
spending.
a spend of this, even if we have the cash and, okay.
Yeah, it's not a
Okay.
budgeted item.
so in this case, is there, an option to have an emergency meeting? Because I don't wanna put our citizens at risk more than they already are if it's if it's going to collapse.
Dave, how can we handle that?
You've got, I mean, if it's not collapsed, if you're moving forward and you can address it at a regular meeting, you'll have to do that. If something changes, you can always call an emergency meeting.
We wanna get this replaced before it collapses. And just to give you a little insight, Curtis with our water and sewer department stopped by this afternoon at about 4 o'clock. And he said this morning, from the rain and everything, the manhole on Walnut was full. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, it had gone down halfway. So that's the amount of flow we have.
You've got, I mean, you've got 70, you can always call a specially called meeting and give more than, as long as you give 72 hours notice.
Okay.
If you get bids and you're ready to do something next week, you can set a meeting up 4 or 5 days in advance. It's not an emergency meeting. You just gotta give at least 72 hours notice to call. a
Okay.
special meeting.
Well, that may be what we have to do.
We're gonna schedule one for next week.
Yeah.
Go ahead, just put one on the schedule, yeah. Probably couldn't wait 2 weeks, it sounds like. It would be unwise to wait 2 weeks.
Don't want to wait too long. And of course, another factor is how soon can we get a contractor mobilized and moved over there?
Yeah.
So,
So will that be part of the bid process? They also provide a potential start date?
I'm sorry, what was that now?
So we've put 3 bids out. As part of the bid, they're gonna provide the cost.
Correct.
Will they also provide a potential start date, so that can also help us in the
Oh, sure.
deciding
Yep.
factor? Okay.
Absolutely.
Any other staff
I
reports?
believe that's it.
I have to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to remind all the citizens that tomorrow and Thursday are our cutoff dates and will be open until 5 o'clock. So if anybody needs to come in after 3 to pay their water bill, we're open till 5.
And previously, the texts and calls were, they have been fixed, okay. So I'm just gonna reiterate that.
Yes,
So
this
the
is
text and,
staff report.
so yes, this is the secretary, this is page 6 of the agenda. So, as Lori said, the cutoffs will happen. There's 139 citizens with cutoff due for non-payment. So the text and call notifications had previously had an issue, but in today's meeting agenda, it says that those notifications have been fixed. So my question is, have we notified all of the potential citizens via text or phone?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Okay. The other thing I just wanted to point out, I know that we have approved additional equipment to help with the roads. So there's 3 different purchases. One of those purchases have been completed. The other 2 purchases will be due the first week of March. So I just wanted to keep you informed of the roads, and that is on page, hold on, let me see what page. Oh, I got mixed up on that page.
Can we wait until council members report?
Um,
That's when this should be done.
I thought this was part of the report. I thought this was part of staffing.
Staff reports
reports.
is for staff to tell us about things and us to dialogue with staff.
Okay. Calvin, would you like to give an update on the road equipment?
Sure. The roller compactor has been delivered. It's purchased through Holt Caterpillar. We have ordered the skid steer and the backhoe, and it should be 2-week delivery, so I'm thinking around 1st of March. And also, the last time that I talked to the dealer with the asphalt reclamation machine, and we have around a March 1st delivery on that also. So hopefully in March, we should have all of our equipment here.
Great news. And can you provide an update to the citizens on the letter in notification that was sent out to all of the residents?
Sure. The city, let's see, I didn't bring that with me, but the city was in violation of the DLOQR TCEQ, which is really just some information on a piece of paper. And we got that, it was actually corrected in 2024, and that was what I sent out in the letter. But we still had to send that out to the citizens' notification. And then we're in violation of the lead and copper rule, and it has nothing to do, neither one of these violations has anything to do with the drinking water that we supply the city, okay? The lead and copper is only from our meter to their house. And so to come into compliance, we're gonna be sending out 40 water sample bottles to 40 homes that have been selected by TCEQ, approved by TCEQ. And we will drop these bottles off, and the resident will need to take a sample, typically first thing in the morning after the water has set in the lines for 6 hours. And they'll take that sample and they'll fill that information out on a sheet of paper and then bring that bottle back to us. So we can send that bottle for testing, and once we get that, we send that to TCEQ, the results. So The lead and copper rule really doesn't apply to the city's system. It is from the meter to the resident's home. So it's testing water that's in their home and in their system.
Testing the citizens' personal plumbing system.
That's correct. We're
Not
testing
the
the
city's
citizens'
delivery
personal
system.
water lines.
So as this, so we identified 40 resident homes,
Correct.
and between the meter and the resident's home. And what is the confidence level that there are no other homes impacted?
That there's no other homes impacted, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, TCEQ has approved these 40 homes, and they're based on different tier levels. And one of the tiers, I believe, is from 1983. Yeah, 1983 and older. Okay, so those are tier 3, and we had to select a certain number of homes, older homes in the city. And then we selected, I think, in tier 1, newer homes from, 83 up. And so, once we get these samples back, like I say, we'll have them tested, send that data to TCEQ.
So when I hear you say that, it sounds like a sampling of our residents were taken, not reviewed 100% of the residents without?
No, we don't do 100% of the residents.
Okay.
It's just
So
these
there
40
could
homes
potentially-
that have been selected by TCEQ.
Okay, so there could potentially be other citizens that have been impacted, but we don't know that.
Right, we would not know, correct?
And you're not saying any of these 40 have been impacted?
No,
Those are
we're not
just the
saying
sel-
any of the 40 have been impacted.
So this is a random
This is a random water sampling
to see.
of the residences in Lacy Lakeview.
And it's supposed to be done how often?
Every 3 years.
And so the reason we had the violation was presumably it wasn't done 3 years ago?
It wasn't done in 2022. And so now we're having to take these samples, and we'll take samples from these 40 residents, and we will turn it into TCEQ by 6/30 of /25. And then we will take another set of samples from the same residents, and we'll turn it into TCEQ by 12/31/25.
And does that satisfy the 2022, or does that satisfy the
That satisfies the
2025?
2022, yeah.
So are we gonna do another sampling, so we're in compliance for the every 3 years?
Once we do the final sampling on 12/31/25, then we'll do it again in 1 more year.
Okay,
And then I think after that, another year, then that puts us back on the 3-year rotation.
thank you.
And it will be sampling another random selection, not the same homes?
That I cannot answer. I don't know. That'll be up to TCEQ's call.
It's the same houses.
Oh, so they're gonna be.
Yes. We have 40 homes that we have to sample, like Mr. Huddy said, the first 6 months of the year, and then the last 6 months of the year. Once those are done, the next year, we will have 20 homes out of that 40 that we'll be doing. And when we go and deliver these bottles, the residents do have to be home, so we can deliver them, and we're gonna have them sign stating they did receive that bottle.
Okay.
I think one of the problems they've had in the past is the residents actually turning in those samples back to the city.
Yeah.
So it'll be important that the residents cooperate and return their bottle.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right, we'll move on to the public hearing section. On a proposed final plat for Lot 1, Block 1, a 17-acre tract in the LGS Precast Edition on South Lacy Drive. Oh, public hearing at 6:18 PM. Anybody would like to speak on this proposal? Okay. And we will close the hearing. So we will close the hearing on that final plat for Lot 1, Block 1, 17-acre tract in the LGS Precast Edition at 6:18. Item 6 is a public hearing at 6:19 on a proposed final plat for Lot 1 through 4, Block 1, a 6.4-acre remainder tract in Gage Estates Edition on West Craven Avenue. Is there anyone present that would like to speak on this proposal? All right, hearing no comments, we'll close the public hearing at 6:19 and move on to item 7. Discussion regarding the city of Lacy Lakeview having a citywide cleanup day to coincide with the Waco Household Hazardous Waste Day to be held on March 22nd, 2025.
Like I said, we want to coincide our cleanup day with Waco's Hazardous Waste Day, which is March 22nd. I've contacted Waste Management, and we are looking at setting 9 30-yard roll-offs around City Hall here, some by the fire station, some behind City Hall, and some along the fence. And what we want to do is reach out to all the citizens and let them know we want to do a citywide cleanup. All they have to do is produce their water bill, show they lived here, and they can make as many loads up here as they want to clean up whatever debris they have at their house. But it cannot be hazardous waste and tires. But for the hazardous waste and tires, they can take that to Waco. That's why we're coordinated with Waco. And
Hazardous waste would be paint, oil.
yeah, paint,
gasoline,
oil, and
those
things like
kinds of
that, we'll have to go to Waco. But brush and trash, all that kind of stuff, I think we're gonna have 9 30-yard roll-offs. We're gonna have city employees that will be here. They'll be able to check your water bill and your license to make sure that you're a resident here in Lacy Lakeview. And we're also gonna have some city employees here to help unload, help people unload that, to get it into the dumpsters. Like I said, they can bring as many loads as they want. And we're discussing the idea about having a list for maybe folks who don't have the means to bring that up here, get on a list, and hopefully might have some volunteers to where we can go by and hopefully maybe pick up, or some city employees to go by to pick up some things that are at the curb. But it won't go in their backyard, not go in their front yard, but they can get it to the curb. And we'll see if we can't get over there and get it cleaned up. But want to make a big push to really try to clean the city up.
And how will we be communicating and reaching out to the citizens?
Well, we're gonna be putting it on our Facebook, we'll be putting it on our website, we've got it on live stream here. We'll announce it again at the March meeting.
Will there be any correspondence mailed? Maybe a
I'm
newsletter?
going to contact 25, probably 25 in the news, and also the Trib, and get them to hopefully run a story on it, put something in the paper, whatever we can do to get it out.
It's going up in the water bills.
And we're also going to put an insert in the water bill. So everybody that gets a water bill, they'll also get a flyer in the water bill. And other than that, I just don't know what to do.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, it is 6:22. We will recess the work session and convene to regular session. Move on to item 8. Approval of the minutes from the city council meeting held on January 28th, 2025. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the minutes from the city council meeting held on January 28th, 2025 with one correction. Under roll call, I am not listed as present or absent, but Ronnie Hurst is listed as both present and absent. So if we can move his absent to me, I'd appreciate that.
Is your middle name Schrodinger?
So do we need to
We have a second.
modify the motion?
Okay, that was.
I
The
already
motion
provided-
was made with the modification.
Oh, with the modification, okay, I
So we-
second that.
Okay. We have a motion and we have a second. Any discussion?
No?
Would the city secretary please do a roll call vote?
Ms. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. Olvera,
Yes.
Mr. Bush,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes?
Mr. Lednicky,
Yes.
and Mr. Hurst.
Yes.
Item 9, discussion and consideration of action to approve the proposed final plat for Lot 1, Block 1, a 17-acre tract in the LGS Precast Edition on South Lacy Drive.
I move to approve the proposed final plat for Lot 1, Block 1, 17-acre tract in the LGS Precast Edition on South Lacy Drive.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask the city secretary to call the vote.
Mr. Lednicky,
Yes.
Mr. Bush,
Yes.
Mr. Olvera,
Yes.
Mr. Hurst,
Yes.
Ms. Lee,
Yes.
and Mr. Wilson.
Yes. Item 10, discussion and consideration of action to approve the proposed final plat for Lot 1 through 4, Block 1, a 6.4-acre remainder tract in the Gage Estates Edition on West Craven Avenue. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the proposed final plat for lots 1 through 4, Block 1, a 6.40 acre remainder tract in Gage Estates Edition on West Craven Avenue.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have discussion?
Nope.
Hearing none, I would ask the city secretary to call the vote.
Mr. Bush,
Yes.
Mr. Hurst,
Yes.
Mr. Olvera,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Ms. Lee,
Yes.
and Mr. Lednicky.
Yes.
Item 11, discussion and consideration of action to authorize the city manager to enter into an interlocal agreement with the city of Waco for Household Hazardous Waste Day held on March 22nd, 2025. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the action to authorize the city manager to enter into an interlocal agreement with the city of Waco for Household Hazardous Waste Day held on March 22nd, 2025.
I'll second.
Having a motion and a second, do we have discussion?
If I may add one thing, this is for 17 residents.
For 17 residents?
Correct.
Meaning,
Sir?
meaning 17 residents.
Right. That's how many we pay for. We have to pay the city of Waco to participate, and we pay for 17 residents to take their hazardous waste to Waco. And we've never hit 17 so far. I
Okay.
think last year we had 12.
So if we get 18,
Somebody gets turned away.
okay.
Okay.
And we
But
pay for those
all-
anyways, correct?
Sir?
We pay for them anyways, it doesn't matter if they show up
Correct,
or
we
not.
pay
Yeah,
for
so-
We don't get to carry the unused.
Correct.
over the next
Yeah, we
year.
pay for it whether it's used or not.
Wanted
We're
to
paying for
clarify that
17.
part as well, yeah. Even if they don't show up, we still pay for all
That's
citizens.
correct, yeah.
And I'll just clarify that all citizens are encouraged and welcome to attend our waste day with those receptacles that you previously mentioned. This is just for that hazardous waste piece of it.
That is correct.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'd ask the city secretary to call the vote.
Mr. Lednicky,
Yes.
Mr. Olvera,
Yes.
Mr. Hurst,
Yes.
Mr. Bush,
Yes.
Ms. Lee,
Yes.
and Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson.
Yes. Next agenda item 12 is public comment. The time is for individuals in the audience to address the city council on issues and items of concern or not on the agenda. There will be no city council action at this time, and we would ask each of you to abide by a limit of 3 minutes per person. The city council reserves the right to move when appropriate and upon agreement of the individual to speak on a specific agenda item, so they may speak at that time. We have two people who have signed up. First one is Chris Meza. Please, come forward. And then we'll go to the microphone again. Can you come to the microphone? Yes, sir. And if you would, please state your name and address so that it'll be on the record.
Yes, sir. My name is Chris Meza. My address is 110 Bobcat Drive. Thank you all, City Council and City staff, for letting me speak real quick. I'm with the Lakeview Little League Board of Directors, and I just wanted to, speak to our citizens and just let everybody know that this week is the last week to register. Children's from ages 4 to 14, T-ball, baseball, and softball. The last day will be Saturday, February 15th, 2025. The cost is $110. That'll include a hat, visor, jersey, and photos. From now until Saturday, you can register online at our website, lakeviewll.org. There's also an in-person registration as well on Saturday, February 15th at the Lacy Lakeview Civic Center if you want to come see us in person from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please follow us on Facebook, Lakeview Little League. If there's any questions, you can email us, lakeviewll.org@gmail.com. And that's all I have.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Next person on the list is Dana Hayes. And again, if I may remind you, please state your name and address at the microphone.
My name is Dana Hayes. I live at 125 North Bermuda. Thank you for this time to speak. I am here on behalf of Tri-Cities Ministry, and I wanted to let everyone know that I'm a member of the board as well as I volunteer there, and we continue to see the need for assistance. And so we're trying to think of different revenue streams to help allow us to further assist the citizens of Lacy Lakeview. And we are having a fundraiser, a profit share fundraiser at Cane's on the 19th of February from 5 to 10. And we just ask if you're out, you want to pick up a meal, stop by Cane's, mention Tri-Cities, and they will donate a portion of the proceeds to Tri-Cities. And so we're just looking creative ideas. We ask you to follow us on Facebook. If you are looking to volunteer or maybe want to become a recurring donor, you can do that from our webpage, which is tricityministry.org. So we would love how you can support us in any way, just to help us help the citizens with the cost of their utility bills when they get into a situation where they need assistance. Also, we have our annual Kicking It with the Chief event that's on March the 15th. It starts at 11 until 1, and we just ask you to come out, have a good time. We'll have food, and we'll just time to fellowship and just have a good time together. We've asked Belmead, they're going to come and join us and kickball with us, so they'll be there as well. So, and maybe even some of the Waco Fire Department. So it'll be a fun time. Thank you.
Thank you for what you're doing. Anyone else would like to speak? We'd ask you to sign the paper, but we would be willing to let you come up. All right, seeing none, we will close public comment and move on to the mayor's report. Mayor is unavailable this evening, so you have the B team, and I have nothing to report. Item 14 is council members' input. Does anyone on the council wish to speak to the public?
Do you have one? So, Ms. Dana, Ms. Hayes, thank you so much for what you do for our community. I would like to request if we have to have that 72-hour notice that we do not have it on February 19th so we can partake in the Canes fundraising. Just saying. So, if not, order from Canes. So, and then also just want to say that the Kicking with the Chiefs was so much fun last year. And if you do come, please wear tennis shoes because you're going to get recruited and we want you all to join in the fun. So I had the pleasure of playing last year. It was not what I expected, but I was glad that I did, and it was a great time. Not only to support the community, but the kiddos, they just had a fabulous time. So I know that we talk a lot of business about our residents and stuff, but this event is just so wholesome and just is a great time. So please come out, and there's plenty to do, whether you want to volunteer to help cook or prep or just kick a ball around. So thank you. And then just lastly, so for the staff report, I will get with Mr. Wilson and make sure that I toe the line and I follow the rules so that I speak in the appropriate manner for council report and staff reports. My purpose is to communicate to the community and be an advocate for all of you. So if you have anything and you want to share it with me or any of us, please let us know. We are live stream, so we hope that we're reaching many people. The mayor and all of us on the council worked hard for that. And if you don't have those means and you have neighbors, please share them that the council is available.
Anyone else? All right. We will, at this point, it is 6:35. We will recess regular session and convene into executive session. executive session is now concluded. We'll move on to item 15, discussion at 7:29 PM. We will move on to item 15, discussion and consideration of motion, if any, regarding matters discussed in executive session.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to schedule a specially called meeting on Tuesday, February 18th, 2025 at 6 PM.
Any discussion? Would the city secretary please poll the vote?
Okay, Mr. Hurst? I'm
Yes.
sorry, can I ask who seconded that? I was writing his
Mr.
motion.
Bush.
Mr. Bush, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, Mr. Hurst,
Yes.
Ms. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes?
Mr. Lednisky,
Yes.
Mr. O'Gara,
Yes.
and Mr. Bush.
Yes. All right, with nothing else on the agenda, item 16 is adjournment. This meeting is adjourned.